morning, sunshine. I try to relax. I have this bright light in my face and everything like that, but it's the reality. I was outside earlier, and I know it's kind of crazy outside right now, but as antisocial as I am, I should not have any issues. But apparently, all of a sudden, I got issues. There's this obese lady that abandons her children up and down the stairwells. So let them fend for themselves. School buses and all that. And nobody really cares to speak to. Beach. She wants to be a celebrity or something. She thought I was on live. I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, if you touch me, I'm pressing charges. And when you steal or you break anything, I'm pressing charges. That's it. I'm pressing charges. I'm pressing charges. As a grown adult, you should really act your age. You know? Because if you want to be ghetto and all that, you're going to end up with beer spray down your throat. It doesn't even make no sense. I don't know. At the end of the day, it just be chilling. I hope she's like watching my live or listening, ear hustling, because they usually be ear hustling me. But at the end of the day, I'm really not playing with anyone at all. I just try to give people a little bit of grace. A little bit of grace. Not a lot. Because if it's constant, you obviously have a problem. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not into that shit. I know what's going on in your house or why you're like attaching to me every time you see me outside. Like, I don't speak to you. You know? Think of you kind of like a monkey, like an idiot. And you're gonna see your own result. I kind of have a strict rule about people touching me. So much she touched me. I was in the liquor store and she did like this to my booty, spank my booty. Like, bruh, you try to fuck? What are you trying to do? I don't get it. You spanked my booty. I mean, did I feel it? Yeah, but did it feel like 50 Shades of Grey? No, it didn't. It didn't feel like that. At the end of the day, we all know what it really is. We all know what it really is. You know? That's why I don't match energy because, at the end of the day, they're animals at the end of the day. Poor people. Poor minded. Monkeys. They run around trying to kill themselves and their children as well. They run around trying to destroy their lives, their husband lives, their kids' lives, everything. That's what they try to do. All day. So, of course I have to do my part, right? Someone acts like an animal in front of a child, you have to do your part. Other than that, it's really none of my business. I mean, at the end of the day, we all live in a world that's fully on camera, regardless of us recording or not recording. The shit's on camera, and it's so wild, but that's really the reality that we're living in. So even like when nobody's there, you're still being recorded, and then because you're being recorded, who gives a dang who's mandated and who's not mandated when you act like an ape? And how do you think you look? How do you think you look to children? You look like an idiot. You look jealous. You look stupid. You look like a bully. And bullies aren't even cool anymore, so you just kind of look like an ape. And I don't say that because, people say, certain people of certain races is apes. No, 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 no. I mean, like a clown. You look like a buffoon. Three little monkeys jump on the bed. What do they say they do? Bump their head. So if you keep on bumping your head, You know, you only get but so much grace. That's what happens in life. You only get but so much grace. And if somebody's willing to give you grace, you're supposed to have a little decorum. But if you don't have any grace, then we'll keep a record. And you want a record. That is what you want. That's what you want. I see that. That's like the whole goal. To act like an animal. You know? Kind of strange. Yeah, I feel like people also those are the type of person you hear them screaming at their children all day long. Motherfuckers want to go up to be gay because they can't stand a bitch that yell all the time. They all bitches yell. Nah, it's just your mama. It's just her. She the only retard out there and there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't even care. I don't. At the end of the day, it's child.